My name is Maris, and guess what? It's Thursday. I think it's Thursday. It is Thursday. And we're going to do an energy forecast for the weekend. Yes, but before we even get into that, let's smudge. You need to smudge. You need to get smudged. You know, I smudge people. It's like a groovy work that I do. I have like the world's greatest job. I get to do what I love to do all day long. And, and like smudge, read cards, do Reiki, help people find their best version of self. I love my work. So I'm using that really cool tarot deck that I have no idea where I got it from. I know that somebody gave it to me because I remember accepting the bag. I just don't know who. I can't remember who. And I'm like, maybe if I did a current life regression, I could remember who it is. Oh, and I'm looking over here on my chalkboard, where I put my cool mantras. I guess I don't know how to spell satisfies. And I have what satisfies. So what satisfies your soul? I'm like, what a ding dong. How come it took me over a week to figure that one out? I don't know. I just don't know. But anyway, so we have a reading here for you. I've got 2 cards. Okay, 3. Let's see if it kicks anything else out. And 4. Okay, all right, so we do have cards. Don't go away. I'm going to bend down and get those. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. All right, so I have a handful of cards. Make sure you got a snack or a Scooby snack or a tea or a drink or something. Yeah, because we're going to be here for just a moment. So let's take a look at this first card and let's see what our energy is that's coming in. And what I'm seeing here is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight is about being, you gotta look, he looks like he's in battle mode. Except for he doesn't have armor over the head, but his horse looks like he's in full force. So we're talking about this very assertive, aggressive energy coming in. A very assertive and aggressive energy that comes in. And when we have that, well, then we know that we're kind of almost in a point of confrontation, meaning coming face to face or opposite of, and I'm not going to say a nemesis, because it can also be a stagnant block. Let's take a look and see what this obstacle is. All right, so this obstacle that's coming in, and we've got the 5 of Swords. And when we get the 5 of Swords, that is about people kind of chinga with your head, mind games, hostility. I'm going to use this phrase of passive aggressive. So we even have a passive aggressive nature, provoking, not provocative, but provoking that lion, that sleeping bear. Okay, so we've got an energy coming in, is almost very hostile, very aggressive, very in your face, and that obstacle is that it's going to be putting us on edge and in that state of offensive defense, if that makes any sense to you. When we're in a state of offensive defense, we're in a protection mode, but we are ready to boom, hit you with that if we need to. Now, if the 5 of Swords was our what is the word I want to use? Our obstacle, the 7 of Swords is going to be the help. Okay, and so I'm kind of laughing over here. This is about walking away. I'm looking at, you're gathering up what you can carry in your hands, and you can walk away. what I'm getting in here is that you start to realize that not everybody is your friend. You start to recognize that sometimes you have to take care of these things totally on your own. And that's going to be an okay deal, because what comes in here is going to be some really awesome balance. And you're like, how in the heck? I'm going through a lot of crappy things right now. And I'm like, but you got the Two of Pentacles here, which means balance. And then you see that you've got, well, the Two Pentacles, right? And it's in that little infinity symbol. Okay, so I'm seeing balance through here. Balance. It might take a little bit of work. It might take a little bit of passion with it, but balance does show up. So regardless of the fact that, that you're almost in a very, very offense, defense, offense mode, and kind of flipping back and forth through that once you start to realize that you're your own best friend and you can cut the ties with those that don't have your best interest at heart, that you're going to be able to find that balance in what you're doing. And so let's see where this leads off to. And it's really kind of neat, because now we're looking in a totally different aspect. So it's like once you kind of shrug off or shed the excess weight, things start to move really quickly. The Eight of Wands is about things moving really, really quickly in the direction that you're looking for. And then the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so what is it about Pentacles? Well, Pentacles, we're talking about financial reward. We're talking about money, abundance, finances, and even I can even kind of go into the work realm with this. So in this, okay, and I'm kind of like laughing but not laughing. I'm not laughing at, I'm laughing with. That we kind of come into this moment where we realize that we need to start gathering up and being more mindful about our money. And that's what the Four of Pentacles is talking about. That during this time that we've been experiencing some kind of out of balance and feeling like we're offensively having to be on the defense or defensively having to be on the offense, that we've been forgetting about some of our accountabilities and responsibilities and been letting our money kind of go in willy-nilly ways. So this card is talking about that realization, that wake-up call, where you go, okay, I got to get my stuff together and get all my ducks back in a row. And this, so even though some people may look at it as a negative thing, it actually really is a positive thing, because we're moving in a direction that we're awakening and recognizing that we have something that needs to get fixed, and something that needs to get fixed pretty quickly. All right, the Knight of Cups is kind of like a romantic card. He's that dude on the white horse, or the chick on the white horse, that comes rolling up and rescues you out of, this oblivion, or, some of that sabotaging kind of energy going on. And when I look at this card and I see that it's upside down, I'm like, no, we don't get any, what are those ding Harlequin romance. There's no Harlequin romance savior to this. You're going to be having to use a little bit of your own elbow grease and a lot of hard work to get through some of, especially like this financial issue that's coming through. There is no magical, I got that word. There is no magical remedy to this, that you're going to have to actually put some effort in. And I'm getting, it is no Harlequin romance involved in this, that you're going to be doing some of this work totally on your own and working within that. All right, so further, let's see, what else is this leading up to? Some of the elements that we'll be playing into is, and it's the abundance, nurturing, fertility. So when I see this, we have abundance. Fertility, we can see that she's pregnant. And probably because she looks pretty ding-dang healthy with the cheeks up here, so she's in really good health. So despite the fact that we're going to have to kind of go through some of these battles, and I'm meaning that very metaphorically, and have to really focus on putting attention to our abundance, our finances, that career part of that we actually are going to get it into a good place because we are going to nourish it. And when we nourish it and pay that extra attention, that abundance grows. And in that, now we've got the King of Cups. And I want to really kind of put this out there. Sometimes our male aspect, the male aspect or the male energy that is in our lives, and I'm gonna say it like this, okay? Self-medicating, whether it's alcohol, cannabis, pills, whatever, self-medicating is usually numbing ourselves from realities going on that we're not either equipped or ready to confront and take care of. So when I see this King of Cups come up, I get this feeling that some of the numbing that we've been doing in order to avoid things that are out of balance in our life is actually going to come to what I'm going to say, come to a head. Meaning that they become very, very prevalent in our life and actually are causing some effects in what we're doing. So I see that the Ace of Cups is upside down, and usually when you see it right side up, we're talking about being emotionally filled. So what I'm looking at through here right now is that the self-medicating that we're doing, and again, I kind of looked at it as in alcohol. Maybe we're drinking a little more than normal. Maybe we're smoking a little bit more cannabis than normal. Maybe you're having to take more of your medications or your pharmaceuticals than normal. So this is about numbing shit out, okay? That we're kind of going into this little funk where we want to numb things out and be totally disconnected from that. So when I see that this Ace of Cups is upside down, this is about avoiding joy. I want to be miserable. I want to feel miserable, and then I want to medicate from feeling miserable, but I'm not really quite ready to embrace joy. And then at that end part of this energy for this weekend coming off of this is that, and I like this because normally when I see the Five of Pentacles and it's right side up, it's talking about kind of like some money BS and just feeling really disgruntled and disconnected, being an outsider per se. In this, I'm going to say misery loves company. Misery loves company. And although you are not suffering on your own, you're kind of going to be in a vibe with other people or other energies, other vibes that are in a funky or disconnected funk on that. So be mindful of that energy. You can either choose to be the sunshine, or you can choose to be a part of the gray, cloudy weather that's probably raining and etc. here. What I think is interesting is I wanted to pull one last card, and it is the Page of Pentacles. And what do we see that the Page of Pentacles doing? They are reading. They're carrying this abundance with them, this aspect, but they are reading. And I get this feeling through here that maybe you're going to do a little research on the internet, or maybe go through, peruse your book titles and look, maybe read a little bit of a book about how to get things back together in your life. So I hope you enjoyed today's reading for the energy coming in this weekend. It is a very personal experience for you to go through this. And remember that you're loved and you're supported, and that you have a choice on how you choose to react. So peace, love, and harmony. I hope you have a most magical day.